Business Half Hour on Classic FM brought to you by Unity Bank. And if you have any comments, you can always tweet at us with the hashtag Business Half Hour. We have in the studio with us this morning Akinyemi Olajide, who are there always a regular on the show. We'll be talking about something interesting as always.
Good morning, guys.
Morning, Ifeanyi. Good morning, Bukola. Once again, welcome to Business Affair, sponsored by Unity Bank, brought to you by Classic in partnership with Nairametrics. It's a good time to talk to Akinyelu, if we can call you that, because this is the period of playing football. The Super Eagles played on Saturday, and they'll be playing again tomorrow. And our guest today is someone who I think is a lover of football and runs a football team. So if I'm back to you so that you can take on the honors and introduce our guest.
All right. He is the club chairman of Gbagada FC. Good morning, Akinyelu. Good morning. It's good to have you here. Hello.
Hello, good morning. Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you. Go on, Akinyelu.
Okay. It's good to be here also. Good morning.
Good to have you. It would be nice to let the listener know that Gbagada FC also Blue Eagles. Am I correct?
Yes, that's one of our nicknames. Yeah, we're tagged Blue Eagles.
All right. Okay, welcome. Let's start from the very start. Can we meet you as a person? Here you were an ex-footballer yourself.
Well, ex-footballer I could because I didn't make it pro. Yes, Akinyelu Olajide. I'm a football lover. I'm a football administrator. I'm a football coach. I live, drink, sleep, eat football, and that's why I'm here with Gbagada FC.
Can we safely say that you are the Roman Abramovich of Gbagada FC?
Well, you can say that in the making.
Okay, it's good to have you.
That's great, Akinyelu. Can I go on?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. In a world where sports is a money spinner, and in a country where a lot of the sports is tied to government, how has it been? The inspiration behind you setting up Gbagada FC, and also how have you fared in line with having to compete with large clubs with resources being pumped into them by mostly by government in Nigeria? And when you consider the world that sports is a business, and how would you look at that from your perspective of being in this sport?
Well, Gbagada FC started from me not being able to make it pro, and the next thing for me was coaching. And it started as a typical grassroots club, but right from the beginning, 2013, we knew we were meant to build a community club. Hence, we named it Gbagada Football Club, not Akinyelu All Stars or something like that. So the plan from the onset was to build a community club and grow it gradually. And in terms of competing with the big boys, the business model for us is just to try and win the heart of Gbagada. Gbagada and his environs has about 500,000 people. When you look at Gbagada, Bariga, Antoni, Shomolu, there is no football club based here in the top tier league. There is no football stadium around here, but that's something we're looking to achieve in the nearest future. If we can get a standard pitch within Gbagada, then we're good to go. The focus really is on Gbagada. When I say Gbagada, we're trying to just win Gbagada. Imagine a match day weekend, and you're stepping out 7 a.m., 8 a.m., and you can just feel the vibes, everybody rocking their jerseys and all of that. So that's what we've been working towards. And in terms of competing with the big boys, we currently play at the top tier league in Nigerian football. We still have the NNL second tier, then the NPFL top tier league. So at the level we play with, we still compete well because at that level, they're mostly grassroots clubs also, maybe run by individuals or churches or people like that. So in terms of competing with them, we still do well because with what we've done with Gbagada FC, we're able to attract quality for this top tier level. And I'll say we're doing fine so far because we just concluded the third tier league and we finished well.
Yeah. All right. From a credible source here, Akinyelu, it says you're a good man and you're working hard at actually, fishing those talents right from the grassroots. So what has it been like? Has it been a success? And that cutie in the background, he or she, is she intending to go into football as well? You can hear her.
Well, in terms of recruitment, the typical business model for most grassroots clubs in Nigeria is to try and groom players and make an international transfer. That's a basic business model, and most clubs are not bothered about actually building a brand here. And 2018, that was the turnaround for Gbagada. We made that decision that, okay, while we're waiting to make that transfer, why not build a brand here that people can be proud of? And in 3 years down the line, I can say we're doing fine. And in terms of recruitment, we have some prospects that we believe strongly that can make it pro. And we have about 5-6 of them in the current squad, young players that are doing really fine. So I'll say yes, we believe we're on the right track in terms of getting those, players and working on them and making them ready for the real deal.
So it's called Gbagada FC. You represent the environment, but do you get support from people who live around Gbagada or from the government, whether local or state government level?
Before COVID, we were lucky. We got we normally this is how we run, and this is how we've been doing it around the year. At the beginning of each season, we know what we need to run for the whole season, and we look for ways of raising those funds. And our core area is getting support, financial support from the corporate world. We have a couple of brands that come on board to support us. And when you say support from the community, it has been through them, buying our merchandise, jersey, and other things we sell. And we get to use some things without paying within the community. So that's the kind of support we got within Gbagada. But COVID happened, and this season was pretty difficult. We couldn't get the financial support we normally get from brands. But we've been able to survive so far.
You just spoke about funding and how you get funding, and I know you are running a club also. It's a business, and you also have to make money. How does the club make money? That's one. And how do you look at the long-term prospects of funding the club towards taking it, aside from the transfers that you spoke about, towards taking it to the top tier of Nigerian football?
The higher you go, the easier it becomes to generate funds in the football league. You understand? At the third tier league, we've built a model that is built around our home games, and that's what we use in selling to this corporate body to support us. Our home games, we have a couple of people coming to watch. But as we grow in terms of long term, yes, if you look at the big clubs in Europe, it's not really transfer that they make the profits from. You understand? Because if you sell a player 80 million, you reinvest over 80 million to get the quality back into the squad. So we understand that, but at our level, if we make such transfer, it's huge for us. So we're trying to use a model that within here, even without selling a player, we can actually sustain the club. And we raise the funds from, match day tickets, we sell ads in our match day program. And it's basically commercial from the corporate world, our shirt sponsor, sleeve sponsor, and other packages that we have. So that's how we raise funds currently, and that's how we plan to go, because by the time we get to the second tier, eventually get to the top tier NPFL, imagine selling a 5,000 Onicon ticket week in, week out for 19 home games. The corporate world, if you compare what we do, people fail to realize that football is still part of the entertainment industry. A music concert that will just seat about 6,000 people will get millions of naira from sponsorship. Then you now compare it to a football game that gets week in, week out, every weekend, the same amount. So that's a whole lot when you span that through 8-9 months of the football season. So from ticket sales alone, you can make a whole lot. It depends on how you package the whole thing for people to attend. So we're looking at getting to the top tier, which is MPFL, pretty snowfully 3-5 years from now, then it's easier to sell out the Unicom Stadium at every home game and make it a festival.
All right. At what point did you guys move from Boys? I remember there was a time when it used to be Boys FC or something like that.
G-Boys. It's called.
G-Boys.
Yeah, G-Boys.
My friend
said,
you can't go and beat them at home. That is impossible. At what point did you move from there to
Gbagada?
And why?
Yes, we football has been the core of young boys around the community coming together every evening, back growing up. You understand? And when it was time for me to take it serious, I'm a certified coach, and when I had my first coaching certificate, and I felt, okay, this is time to take this football thing a bit serious. We needed to rebrand from the evening G-boys that just come after work to play football to something more serious, where I started looking for young boys in the area to groom and see those that can make it pro. So it was then we changed from G-boys to Gbagada FC, and we launched officially 2013.
Okay.
There's so many peculiarities with sports in Nigeria, which is really, really based around government funding. With a model like yours, how would you compete with the government? Has so much money at any particular point in time. That's one. So how would you compete with the big boys who have this kind of money? And when you look at, like I said, it's a business. So what are the things that you look at from a strategy, funding, operational perspective that you need to share and let people understand how to run this business of running football and making football more competitive rather than just being government funded at practically all levels?
I believe we need to do, the music industry in the early 2000s, that was when the whole revolution started in the music industry. Back then, maybe late 90s, you could do a video and use a terrible camera, and early 2000, they had to invest more money into the music industry, and the videos became better, the sound became better, the packaging became better, and people were now willing, to pay more for their content. The late 90s, if you go clubbing, you might listen to 90% foreign music. But right now, if you go clubbing or if you go to any party, it's almost 90% the Niger song. So the investment needs to come into the football world. You understand? Without the investment, it's been difficult. If you ask me, people ask me, who is our direct competitor? At the moment, at Gbagada Football Club, we don't even look at the other clubs as competitors because, the audience, the target audience where we need to get the money into the club from, the corporate body, the music concerts, the comedy show, they are getting millions. And when it's time for sports, they offer us peanut. I don't know if you get my point. The same that will take 8,000 naira every day to do soccer betting will come to games and find it difficult to pay 500 naira to get entertained for almost 2 hours. So the direct competitor for us is the sporting, the betting companies, because the kind of audience they have is the kind of audience that come to our games. And they are the ones getting the money from our audience. So we look at them, we see how we can compete with them. We look at the entertainment industry, we see how we can catch up. It's catch up for us because it might take us another 5-10 years, depending on how the football industry sees it. So it's a bit difficult, but it's something very, very achievable. And with the little we've done, we've seen the result. And we know if we do keep, going with this momentum, things will definitely even out.
So I've checked your website a few times, and I've seen, you have clips, highlights of some of your matches, and they're really quite good, even with drone shots and all of that.
Yes.
Do you guys do that? Do you film it yourself, or does the league provide all of these things for you?
Like I said, if we want people to take us serious, we needed to do things differently. So we created a small media team of about, let's say, 6, the social media guy, the video guy, the photographer, the website maintenance, and the graphics guy, a team of about 6 people that create all of that. Then we have our commentator too that helps us spice it up. So
really good, really good.
Yeah, it's a team of 6 people, and we know that if we want to get people to buy into what we're trying to sell, we have to give them something worthy. You know, if I want to get 5,000 from you, it's not about people not being, you know, we sell our jerseys for 10,000 naira, and it's not about selling for 10,000. You know, people ask the question, is it worth the 10,000? But at the end, if you follow us and see all what we do, then you know that you buying that jersey is just a way of supporting us to keep going.
No jokes at all. Even some of the MPFL teams don't have what you guys have on your website. And I'm sure it would be nice for you to just let the listener know what your web address is so that they can check it out and see for themselves.
You could, you know, visit the website at www.gbagadafc.com. Everything about the club is on there. We try to keep it updated as fast as possible. Everything we do, it's on there.
Hey, if our time is never a friend, and we're having a real enjoyable discussion and letting everybody know that sports is a business and you can actually make money. And like Akinyelu said, it's also a part of the entertainment industry. But two quick questions before we go. The first one is, where do you see Gbagada FC in the next 5 to 10 years? That's one. And the football entertainment industry as a whole. And then the second one, we usually ask our guests to give us a catchphrase that keeps them going every day when they wake up. So just answer those two questions, and we'll be glad that you did.
Okay, 5-10 years, like I said, you know, to really be at our A game, we have to find a way to play at the NPFL and hopefully play at the CAF competitions. You know, that brings a lot of traction to your club. And in 5-10 years, we're looking at being a regular NPFL team, you know, and also hopefully start, because we have a big project in mind that we're working toward, and that's to own a 30,000 capacity stadium within Gbagada, because with that, we know it will really help us achieve all what we want to do. And so in 10, 15 years time, hopefully we'll be, you know, officially unveiling that stadium somewhere within Gbagada. That's our dream. That's what we wake up every day to try to achieve. And if you say the catchphrase, I'll say for us, it's all about passion. And at Gbagada FC, we dare to dream. You know, dreams keeps us going. We wake up every day. You know, that stadium is somewhere in my head. You know, what it looks like, the 30 capacity stadium is somewhere there. And, you know, it's a stadium we hope that when you visit Lagos as a football lover, you know, just like we Nigerians, when we go abroad, we want to get to Old Trafford, we want to get to the Arsenal Stadium, you know, just to take pictures outside, not even to visit games. You know, we hope to do that with what we have in mind with our own stadium.
Interesting. When can I come for trials at the play?
If I went, is it now you want to start your career?
Hopefully, when we have charity games where legends can, you know, participate, you can bring your board and come along.
Thank you, Akinyelu. It's been great talking to you. And he says it's all about passion, and that's what business is all about. Business is all about passion, and that's what we do here on Business Afar. Thank you very much, Akinyelu. And it's back to Ifeanyi and Bukola in the studios. Thank you, Lagos.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Akin. We wish you all the best with your future plans. Well, thanks again. And Business Half Hour comes your way here on Classic FM 97.3 every Monday at 8 o'clock and runs all the way till 8:30. We'll take a short break now. When we